Welcome. Um, here, it's a morning for me. I'm gonna be a little bit slow today. It's a little early for me, I'll be honest, but we're here for a lower bracket match. Commentary booth by BGR. Hello.
Hello.
And on the left here, maybe pulling out some surprises for us today. It's Ninjabrain. What's up?
Hello. What's up?
On the right, it's very late for him. It's early for me. It's very late for him. It is Maljack. Hello.
Hello, resident sleepers. Right back.
Hopefully you'll be awake enough for this one. Scheduling matches from all around the world tonight. And yeah, beautiful. We will get started right away. So you guys can down your first seed in 3, 2, 1, go. Look. Okay.
All right then.
Oh, I'm all sleepy.
Yeah, good morning, Wags. How's it going?
It's good. Very excited for this match because we get to see two amazing players play. Maljack having one of the fastest enter ends in the entire tournament, if not the fastest. You were here to commentate that one, actually. That heartbreak.
Indeed.
And Ninjabrain, one of the best scouting players. And we just saw right before we went live here, Ninjabrain actually practiced a little bit of zero cycling, just a little bit.
1 second, sorry, I'm setting up the prediction. No mods currently here. I got you, don't worry.
Thanks, buddy. And let's see, for this first seed, this is an Antoine seed, so who knows, maybe it'll be a sub 1 minute enter and they'll be in the end by 5 minutes, but it's a decent looking seed at the start, mostly ocean, maybe some buried treasure. I see a too. Gonna be a treasure bastion in this one, and there's gonna be a good scouter travel from the floor. Difficulty here is gonna be traveling to the bastion. Looks like there's a lot of lava, so as long as you can scout out this travel to treasure bastion, it could be pretty good. Pretty nice one.
Yeah, gonna potentially need blocks depending on where your spawn is. I didn't quite catch that, but definitely gonna be an interesting nether to be trying to get around in.
Yeah, good amount of soul sand here. I mean, it looks pretty open. Soul sand and nether waste are actually two biomes that are pretty. Yeah, no one has claimed the first zero cycle bounty, so we still have $100 for sub 10. We have $600 for the first ever completed zero cycle with a match win, and then it's $200 for any zero cycle with
That is almost $1,000 if you drop a sub 10 zero cycle.
Yeah, we actually theorized the best you could do if you 2-0 your opponent. Get a zero cycle sub 10, that's $700, and then the next one would be $300. You could get what though?
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. That's definitely worth contemplating. Looks like Ninjabrain's found a housing bastion. You good? Need to mess around with your mic a bit, or are you alright?
I don't know why it would have changed, but it does look quiet. Literally nothing has changed at all, but it does seem very, very quiet. Why? How would I?
Well, if you'd like me to whisper so then the audio levels even out, that could work as well. It's a mastering potentially.
No, keep talking, Ben. You got this.
Okay, never mind. Well, Ninjabrain actually the first person I've seen using a structure block. Obviously, was something that was discussed in the Discord at some point in time, but very versatile and very strong. Saw him spawning in to check the barters there. I personally presumed that they had actually been ended up being ruled against because I thought that they would be so broken that everybody would be using them. But I guess they were actually allowed and ended up with Ninjabrain being the only one that actually ends up pulling them out. I'll be interested to see if his scouting superiority ends up giving him the advantage going forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, my
Oh,
mic
oh,
looks
there we go.
a lot better now.
Yep.
I don't know. I just
Yep.
unplugged it and plugged it back in. Is it too loud?
I mean,
That's-
it's you were at fine levels for me in the first place. The more important thing is the stream. I can turn you down a little bit.
Looks like it's perfectly in the yellow for this one, unless I yell a little bit. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, cool. You know what? Technology, it never fails. You just unplug it and plug it back in all the time. Always works.
Yeah, flawless.
It's funny how many tools we offered the runners and gave the runners, and a lot of them either didn't want to bother setting it up or just felt like it would be less fun and less interesting for them. So, like Feinberg, we've seen knows how to do the blaze rod and the barter scouting, and just doesn't. He just wants to use his mechanical skill and his scouting prowess and just beat the seed. So, you know, Feinberg has made it very far and doesn't do any checking. So a lot of the runners know this and know that they can use structure blocks, command blocks, but just choose not to. So,
yeah, bold decision, but who are you to tell them what to do?
Mm-hmm.
It's their tournament lives on the line.
Makes it even more exciting when one runner decides to do that. So you'll love to see Ninjabrain's trademark structure block with the barters. I'm still not exactly sure how it works. I think it sets up 9 piglins, and then they just slowly barter like 9 gold each, so he can kind of check and see. I'm not really sure.
Sorry, reading chat. Maljack, I think, was checking the wrong location there. I don't know whether he had a positive confused with a negative, had them inverted, something like that. But he built a portal, was prepped to light it, and then just ends up going to a completely separate area. So,
yeah,
not quite sure what he's doing there.
The note was good scouted travel, and this is right at the leg of the fortress, so I would assume that's what it is. So Maljack getting, in this cave that's right next to the portal room. So that looks very, very close.
Yeah, lines up very nicely, gives him, only got to mine a few blocks. Is a 0-eye, so will be necessary to get 6 rods from both of the runners.
And I have not seen Ninjabrain check the end yet. Here he's going to go back to his piglin system. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, so I don't know exactly how the order works. Is that one? I feel like each one of these chests is one piglin trading these items. So he's looking from left to right, seeing, all right, if I trade with a few, what am I going to get early on? See some fire red, see some pearl. So he knows he's going to get good stuff early on, and roughly how much gold he needs to trade with this?
Yeah, I have no clue how this setup is actually useful, at least from what I can visually see of it. Like, I'm assuming it is more complex than I understand, but just from the base level, it seems like the information it outputs is quite confusing and not exactly linear as to what you're actually meant to be gaining from it.
Ninjabrain is a smart dude, so maybe he understands. Maybe he's just smarter than us.
You cannot put brain in your name and then not back it up, so.
True. Yeah, Ninjabrain running out of time. If he is going to check the end for this $600 potential 0 cycle, we will not know. It is not a village spawn. This is pure ocean. So if he's going to need a lot of beds, he's going to have to get all of them from a treasure bastion. This tech is still very early on. So the likelihood that he gets 7 beds or more, not too great. So we will see. if he even decides to check the end. I know Ninjabrain is also not a fan of using bow and arrow. I don't think he's used that in any end fights so far. Just likes to do north-south wait. Maljack maybe getting bow and arrow.
Well, I guess we'll have to see if that... I feel as if it's... I can understand making that gamble when it comes to a normal run. I'm much more of a fan of it. I'm much less of a fan of it when it comes to deathmatch. I think not using a bow in a deathmatch scenario to increase your... like, just purely hoping that your RNG is better than the other person's just makes it a coin flip. And it's just... not something I think is the right decision.
Yeah, even just the principle of making an RNG. You know, even if bow and arrow has roughly the same average as weight, I would much rather have a bow and arrow fight against someone else to use my skill against them. See if I can take crystals down and set up faster and be ready for the one cycle better than my opponent. So yeah, we see Ninjabrain in the last 10 seconds. He's speed bridging over to this bastion and then checking a pearl to the fortress. So this travel to bastion is going to be a tough part, and we'll see if they actually speed bridge during the match.
There will be a lot of respect if they crank it out. I think that is definitely what the viewers want to see, even if viewers also want to see them fall, because that would be funny, but they'd also at least want to see the attempt.
It is ballsy. I am not doing that if I'm ever in tournament, and maybe a tournament this weekend. Ben, I don't know about you. There's a I don't know.
I have
you're
no
gonna be
idea
in
if
this
I'm
one.
making the cutoff there.
I think the leaderboard
Basically,
is fairly up to date.
My only hope for that is, worst case, I don't make the cut, and then if that happens, maybe somebody else will drop out because they can't actually make it, but they were just playing the leaderboard for fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're like 25th or something like that. So we're talking about the SRG leaderboard, by the way. This weekend's tournament, Iowan is having one based on invites from the current SRG leaderboard as of, I think last night, maybe right now. So I think Ben and I are both technically in that top 32. So we might be playing this Saturday. I'm going to have a great time if I get in. I'm going to do
really
terrible.
looking forward to it.
I'm gonna do really
same.
bad.
I
Yeah.
have not touched 116 for probably over a week at this point. I played it for a decent amount of time. I haven't touched Scout and Route since I set that time.
Oh no.
But it'll be fun.
Yeah. A good time. All right, we see both runners doing shipwreck start. Maljack spawning a very close lava pool. Only a couple blocks down, but he does mess up the portal a bit.
Yeah, flooded but functional.
Should be okay. Maljack's going for a second shipwreck here with more food.
Oh, no! Maljack!
Maljack? Did he?
What? So, there was floating sand above where he needed to go, and he ended up mining out the floating sand and making it fall. But my question is, that lava pool definitely has lava under it, right? That's not a single deep pool. But instead he's opting to reset.
Yeah, the thing is with lava pools and scouting route, it's one of the worst things to mess up because you have to have it scouted. You never scout for secondary lava pools. So if you mess up your first one, I've been in this scenario where you just wander around the overworld for 2 minutes trying to find lava because you don't know where another one is. So he just has to reset. I mean, he could have maybe gotten the lava underneath. Maybe he knew it was only one deep or something.
He definitely could have made that lava pool work.
Yeah, he's just going to straight up reset. Wow. Having a faster route than Ninjabrain. Riskier route with less food. And yeah, wow. Messing up lava pool.
Ninjabrain making his way into the Nether now, opted for a magma ravine entry. Also got a good amount of wood, so has enough both for beds down the line and also for this bridging section, which is probably the most interesting thing to see how they conquer it in different ways on this seed, which is likely just going to be slowly flat bridging, but we can dream.
I think we're going to see a full speed bridge from Ninjabrain the entire way. Or a pearl, actually. Ooh.
Okay.
Getting a lucky Enderman spawn. He doesn't get the pearl. There's one more. This would be a much faster way to travel here. He does get one.
The pearl.
Ooh, very fortunate for Ninjabrain.
Yeah, it should be pretty self-explanatory to land. Block catches from pearls at this point are basically standard for this level of play. So,
oh, okay, throwing it pretty low, but that makes sure he doesn't hit the lava in there, so he's good to go.
Yep, nicely played. Only has 4 pieces of bread, but I guess on the other side, Maljack has literally nothing, so
yeah,
in a better position comparatively. I'm not sure what the food plan is here. On basically either side, because as much as Ninjabrain doing his namesake route right now has more food comparatively, I still don't think it's enough.
Yeah, very low on food, and Maljack taking that to the extreme, just going full no food at all in a Soul Sand Valley. I mean, there's Crimson though. Maybe that's his plan to get Hoglins here.
Potentially. Gassed coming from Maljack, gonna 2RD to try to make that not an issue. Ninjabrain having a lot of zombie piglins spawn. So, gonna be meaning that he has a bit less of the... a bit less piglins trading. So, a bit more of a processing time.
Yeah, we did not standardize the Enderman Pearl drops. You have to have a list for everything you want to standardize to make it seed based. So we did that for Blazes because that can be a run killer, but it's so rare that you actually kill Enderman for pearls that we just made it the standard 50-50. It's random, so we could add a list, but it would rarely be used. Yeah, and Maljack getting his food from Hoglins. He's got 4 cooked pork, which is still not quite enough to finish this run. And he does not get a lucky Enderman spawn, so he's going to have to bridge all the way there. That is really far. Yep. What kind of mean seed finder would do this to the runners? Wow.
I mean, I'm just rooting for random slab fast bridging that isn't going to happen, but it would be cool.
Yeah, cranking on slabs over lava is not the play in tournament. All right, Ninjabrain is out. Pearling to the fortress. Nice.
There's his food source. Prep those mushrooms ahead of time. Only grabbing 3 of the brown. So would hope that he has some dandelions to make this functional. I didn't catch if he picked up any of those.
Yeah, see, I don't know. We could talk about what tournament RNG should be fixed and what shouldn't. Someone's saying Flint should be 80% because someone could mine 30 gravel and someone could mine 1. But the more you tune out the major RNG events, the more the minor ones will start to come into play. So if you make sure everyone immediately gets Flint, then all of a sudden it's, oh, a Hoglin spawned here for me and I lost where it didn't spawn here for the other runner and he won. And that's the only deciding factor for this run. And it becomes more and more lame the more RNG you take out. So it's kind of counterintuitive, but Barter RNG and Blaze Rod RNG can be run ending. So it's not fun to have in if your run completely ends to something out of your control. But things like Perch RNG, things like Flint RNG, Enderman Pearl drops, I think those are all medium kind of minor RNG events that should be left in the game so that people can come back and you still have those RNG events balance out. So it's my take.
Also, a point to factor in for Flint compared to blazes or trades. Gravel drops if you don't get a piece of flint. You can immediately put it back down and remine it. On the other side, you have blazes. You have to wait for spawns. If you get unlucky, then that is a massive comparative time loss where you maybe have to wait for another set of spawns and aren't even guaranteed the RNG there. Flint is at least easily mineable within a period of time, to the point where it's not worth normalizing. At least in my head. And I'm a 114 runner, so Flint is much more of a problem on my end.
True. Yeah, I win and I have a lot of different ideas on RNG, but it's I think it's more that Iwin wants to please the runners and the players, where Antoine and I took a stance kind of early on that said, you know what? We knew people were going to get very upset with no Dragon Perch RNG fixing. And I was like, no, I don't want to change it because it stifles creativity. It stifles different options, different styles of play, and it's less fun for the viewers. And so we got complaint after complaint all the time. Oh, you got to fix Dragon Perch RNG. Iwin did it, but Iwin wants to please the runners. Whereas I'm like, give us bad RNG, make the runners suffer. That's what our tournament is specifically all about. So we would not have seen Zero Cycle 100% if Dragon Perch RNG was fixed. We're not going to see it in the Method tournament because there's a Dragon Perch guaranteed a minute and a half. We're never going to see a Zero Cycle in the Method tournament if you fix Dragon Perch RNG. It's just there's no point. So we see less creativity.
Another point to also factor in there with the Method tournament is zero cycling is something that you would like to specifically be prepped for. It's generally been talked about more as a co-op strategy and a set seed strategy and a scout and route strategy. And I think that is worth taking note of. I don't think the Method tournament would have seen any zero cycling even without the fixed RNG.
Yeah, at this point,
to be honest.
Maybe next year. You know, if they have the same situation. Also, they won't see bow and arrow in the Method tournament because minute and a half perch is the same average as bow and arrow. So it's guaranteed. So there's no point in looting bow and arrow if you already get it guaranteed. So either way, Ninjabrain entering in at a very fast pace here, 11 minutes. I think Maljack would have been very, very close. I think these two runners took a very similar route. Maljack entering first, but just messing up the lava pool. And so now it's kind of just, it's up to Ninjabrain. He's got about 3 minutes here to get perch in order to win.
And Maljack starting to beast out this fortress split right now. Not quite sure what his food situation is. Has the mushrooms and pork chops. So I think minus the mistake, we would have had a very tight match on our hands here, but given the unfortunate lava pool incident, and honestly, I think if he just patched together the lava pool, I still maintain the resetting was a mistake. I think if he just patched together the lava pool, we would be seeing them both in the end right here.
Yeah, might be true. Might be very true. Yeah, Danny, I don't think we've done that yet. I need to talk to Merp or Melz or something, but it would be nice if we had that spreadsheet where we keep all the runners' times and averages and stuff for a public link. But right now, the only link is editable by anyone who has it. So we still have to work on that. Ninjabrain has been in the end for a minute or so here. Looks like he's getting ready to pearl the center. He does.
Yep.
And let's see if he can hit. I think he has 6 beds. Pretty comfy. First bed for height. And there we go. GG. And sadly, as we get further and further into the tournament, the runs are being defined more and more by one major mistake. The other runner is not going to make it. So Maljack, unfortunately, messing up his lava pool, and that's it. GG. All right, welcome back to the booth. Congrats to Ninjabrain for taking that one. Yeah, unfortunately, it looked like Maljack just messed up the initial lava pool to get into
Yeah,
the
pretty
nether.
pretty unfortunate.
I saw. We were wondering if there was like it was too deep and you could have salvaged it somehow or something.
True, good point. Actually, I can't remember.
Yeah, we don't know.
It could have been a way actually, but I messed it up like twice. So there was like a remaining like, oh nice, I'll be fine. And then it came from the roof, and I was like, oh god, no.
That's so
Wait, what
sad.
happened? Did you
Bit unlucky.
reset or just?
Yeah, I reset.
Oh.
Maybe like 2 minutes in, maybe.
Yeah,
I think Ninjabrain overall would have been slightly ahead, getting the RNG Enderman spawns to be able to pull across the gap
Oh,
to the.
that's so
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, I was gonna.
treasure.
Yeah, like I
Wow.
said when I got that, I said that that's so unfair, but
a little bit.
Like,
yeah, but
Either
you
way, it
still,
wouldn't have mattered.
yeah, you were still minutes and minutes ahead either way. Yeah, I think Maljack had a faster nether entry route. He just went one shipwreck and immediately to a lava pool close to spawn with low food. And then Ninjabrain went to 2 shipwrecks, I think. So would have been cool to see the differences, but unfortunately, you make a mistake like this, and in Scout and Run, you don't have other lava pools scouted. So like that's it. It sucks. So
Pretty rough.
yeah. But GG's to Ninjabrain, clean run.
GG's.
Love to see it.
G.
And we're going to go to a quick intermission chat. We'll be right back with seed number 2 after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome. We are here for seed number 2 on this lovely morning of Ninjabrain versus Maljack. Runners got the seeds ready, so we can start in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck. Okay, beautiful.
Just deciding to flex their capability to have more than one stream open. Unbelievable.
That's crazy. They're listening to us on another stream. Wow. That's nuts.
Some of the most entertaining stuff happens in the intermission. People would have heard me accidentally swear in Polish that one time. that was content.
And only the Polish viewers too. Actually, no.
Maljack immediately finding an underground completable portal.
Whoa.
I'm not sure whether it was completable, but he completed it and immediately went in under 30 seconds, so...
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but for this seed, there's a far taiga village. There's also a far buried treasure, and they could potentially just do structureless. So if that rune portal is completable, that could be a huge find. There's a good housing or a bridge bastion option in this one. Both of them are playable. Both of them are pretty quick. There's an open fortress and a very good scouted travel. I'm going to be looking for that one. So if there's a very fast entry here that Maljack sniped, this could be an incredibly fast seed. We already see him checking out the housing, which, in my opinion, is the fastest SRG bastion. So you'll love to see that.
What makes it faster in SRG?
It's just a consistency thing, and you already know. I don't know exactly why, but whenever I'm doing SRG, housing is always a minute and a half, and it's usually about a minute and a half in RSG. But like in an SRG tournament setting, you're not looking to high roll every route. You're looking to kind of mid roll, to be honest. So housing 9 gold blocks is just enough for what you need. It has plenty of chests, so it's very reliable. Every single time you can just mid roll. Some of the other bastions you could potentially high roll and get out of there at about a minute and a half, but you got to get lucky. In a tournament setting, you don't want to risk it. So like, sure, sometimes stables can be pretty quick, but if you have to get like all the gold blocks and treasure, that takes forever. Bridge, you got to get all the gold blocks and then wait for all the trades. So housing just ends up being the best.
Yeah, I don't inherently disagree. Just wanted to hear you justify it.
2 different routes too. You can start from above or below, so it lets you choose your route, whichever the easiest path is to get there. Both of them are about a minute and a half, whereas the other bastions have pretty much one starting point. So,
how did you feel? I don't know if you ended up catching it, but Maljack's last match against Micro Avenger. How did you feel when he dipped on doing the lower treasure spawn and ended up doing the upper treasure route and winning?
I mean, lower treasure route only works out about 10% of the time, so honestly I don't feel that bad. It's cool when someone does it, but you have to scout for the obsidian, you have to practice the route a bunch. You know, if there's no looting sword, it's not very good, so I don't know. That's fine. It's okay. Ooh, is Maljack using a texture pack? He is. These are allowed. We see them pretty rarely. We saw Ninjabrain actually doing the change iron ore to ender chest technique, which I like. So it does virtually the same thing as this. I think they're both going totally structureless now. Yeah. Total structureless.
Structure options on this?
There's a far taiga village with some good stuff, and there's a far buried treasure with some good stuff, and that's about it. But there's a lava pool off spawn, so it definitely makes sense to do structureless. Probably give you the fastest entry, maybe 3 minutes.
You see that there is this underground portal. I'm not going completely insane. I'm interested as to what its completability level is, because it looked to me like he just placed an obsidian and went in.
Yeah.
Which, if that is the reality, then that's gonna be an insane entry, because he won't need a bucket. He only needs to smelt if he's given a light as well, he only needs 3 iron.
Yeah, he has a fire charge, so I think there might be a fire charge in that one. I don't see any iron in this housing, though. So maybe he will have to smelt iron for a pick. Oh, the Blazer! Raid with the party 26, thank you. What's up, what's up? Hi. Hello, hello. You guys have joined at a great time. We are 5 minutes away from starting seed number 2 here. See if Ninjabrain could just take this one 2-0, maybe. As we see Ninjabrain scouting out his wonderful piglin system here. The structure block, love to see it.
I'm gonna go off about the structure block again. What I don't understand about it is, does it run a single gold block through each of the piglins? So it processes a single gold block through the first piglin, then a second gold block through the second one. In that case, then is it on a timer so it needs to process all of it? Because I am just very confused as to how the information actually presents itself.
I think it just gives 9 gold ingots to all of them at the same time. So the items he sees on the left when he's going through are the first items that come out. But then they stack, and then it's it's tough to tell.
So then that information wouldn't be as useful if you end up getting a duplicate trade.
Yeah, I mean, it's still more information than just having an entire hole, letting him trade, and then coming back. And it's faster than having to wait. You know, if you put 18 piglins in a hole and just give them all the gold and wait there, then in this case, you can just go do other stuff and then come back. So it's just a different way to parse out the trades.
I still feel like I prefer the hole, with my extremely uneducated opinion.
And you would just wait and look at the trades as they come out?
Yeah, because it gives you the specific. You put in, like, let's say that system runs for 7 gold blocks worth of trades, right? Something along those lines.
Okay.
The likelihood of getting a duplicate within at least one of the chests, which then kind of muddies the information and the clarity of having them all separated in the first place, is quite high. Agreed?
Sure.
So then, if you're going to do that, then you may as well just say, I'm putting in 7 gold blocks. What is the entirety that I got out of this? Rather than seeing it from each individual piglin. I don't think there's much use to that.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a different way to look at the information. So it's harder to see, like, if I want to know when I get my last obsidian trade, when I can leave. That's what I care about the most. So I like actually just staying at the hole. That way I can know, all right, 2 gold blocks I get this, 4 gold blocks I get this, 6 I get this, and then by the time I'm like at 6, I see that I have all my obby string of pearls. I know I only have to mine 6 gold blocks, but it's there's a ton of different ways to do it. It's cool to see the differences. So Maljack scouting out his food situation. This is a spruce, so he does have the option to get dandelions and red and brown mushrooms on the ground. I think he might just use that for his food source.
Yeah, saturation stew is going to be the just a very clean food source that covers you for almost the entirety of the run.
Yeah, I really think Maljack just has this snipe on this completable room portal, and it was right underneath spawn. Like, it's not hard to find. He found it like immediately. So, dude,
Was it in your seed prep?
I try not to look for certain things like blazer out drops, hidden rune portals. If there's an obvious one on the surface, I'll check it, but I like to be surprised with some things. If they find a completable one or a looting sword in a rune portal, then it's a fun little surprise for me as well. So that one I did not find. Dude, if Maljack can find some way to get iron in the nether, he can completely skip the furnace, completely skip the iron ore. All he would need is that, stone tools, get a bunch of wood, frontload wood, get some bowls, dandelion, suspicious stew, and he's in like a minute and a half. I don't know if he's found any though.
Yeah, not 100% educated on that. Looks like he did his portal and ended up in the portal room. Good. I didn't see where it landed. I just saw him flying around in spectator mode and wasn't quite sure. 5 seconds left, and we will be hopping into the actual run.
All right, here we go. We saw Maljack getting a faster enter last time. Well, he would have got a faster enter when he messed up the lava pool. This time, I think, again, we're going to see a faster enter. Hopefully he gets it this time, doesn't misplace the obsidian, and actually does get that faster enter.
Has these mushrooms prepped, so is going to just be able to pick them all up. Honestly, 6 suspicious stews with saturation active should just be enough.
And there's another little issue here. Minecraft is generation. Some things are generation dependent. By generation dependent, I mean the chunks generate based on the order of chunks previously generated. And so dandelions and roses, is that the red ones? Alliums? Poppies. Dandelions and poppies are interchangeable. So even if you generate the same world with the same settings at about the same time with the same computer, dandelions will change into poppies randomly. So we saw Maljack get enough dandelions here, but we already saw some poppies. So that could have been pretty bad. You don't get saturation, but you still get the mushrooms too. So anyway, Maljack getting enough dandelions here. Is he going to get this iron? He is. He's going to have to get iron.
Yeah, gonna be able to get that set up. Biggest time loss here is going to be the time spent smelting it, but kind of unavoidable at the end of the day.
Yeah, there was no iron in that housing bastion, so probably pretty fair. Could have switched it up and gone to the bridge. Maybe there was iron in there. But Maljack's still gonna have a very nice entry here. Gonna get his wood, craft all of his extra stuff. Iron pick. Oh, and Ninjabrain did find a lava pool here.
Is he doing woodlit? I don't think he's scouted flint. I think he's going to be doing woodlit here.
I kind of love this play. This is a very bad setup for a woodlight. He does need, he needs to put lava here.
I'm assuming that's an over.
Yeah, he's got 4 iron, so he can, but he's just setting up the
I think
woodlight.
he prepped for it. I think he just had the oversight of not checking where the gravel actually was.
Might be. Maljack
So instead
completing
of
a
flailing
portal.
around, just opting for the woodlit.
I like woodlit a lot. If you do it right, it's very fast. And Maljack entering much sooner, sniping that underground ruin portal. Love to see it. Woodlight on hard difficulty, when you do it correctly, should be 10 to 15 seconds. It's
He had gravel actually.
yeah, that's fine. He's just letting it potentially woodlight while he farms the gravel. I mean, it could light before he gets it done, and it's a time save.
True.
Still mining.
Fluent RNG.
Fluent RNG. There you go.
All right, making his way in.
Ninjabrain in at
Meanwhile,
3:30.
Maljack already entering the bastion. Looks like he's going to be doing manhunt.
Ooh, is there... Okay, Magma's in a position. Piglins can probably sneak around it. Should be fine there.
Yep, nice clean movement, getting himself in. Gonna allow the piglins inwards. No issues there. And should have a good amount of dudes in the hole.
Should have plenty. Should be about a minute and a half. I don't think he scouted the barters. But 9 gold blocks is usually enough. Oh, Ninjabrain at the bridge bastion.
Okay. I guess it's more spawn optimal for him, since they have different entries. I didn't quite catch what this never spread looked like. So, the most educated guess I can make. Has he released... what's going on Maljack's end? Are the piglins glitching out, or are they... Has he messed up his hole?
I think he's messed up the hole. Oh,
right.
God.
I have no idea what's going on here.
How many pearls does he have? He has to go reserve! Oh, no!
Maybe that's why the Bridge Bastion is the better choice from Ninjabrain. Understanding that he needs to get the full chalice in order to actually hit the pearl trade. That's the only thing I can explain.
Yeah, both bastions were playable, which means 12 gold blocks and the gold from the chest will be enough to get Maljack his pearls here. But yeah, maybe Ninjabrain, just knowing that he needs 12 gold, doesn't want to do the reserve gold in the housing, and instead the bridge might be an easier travel to Fortress as well. Oh, Ninjabrain, the piglin count on bridge is going to be so low. I think he only has 3 dudes, and he needs a lot.
I think that's 4.
4?
Yeah, I believe that's 4, and I believe that they're all from across the bridge. Sweet berries being his food source.
Oh no.
Interesting decision. Trying to bait in these, gonna take a fifth pig from here. What was your name for him again? I always remember that you had a name for him.
That's Dave the piglin.
That's Dave.
Yeah.
Alright, well, Dave isn't going down without a fight. Gonna pop a bolt into Ninjabrain's head, and then resume to the his gold trading ways.
Maljack does have 20 pearls. He is out. The pearl trades are unfortunately at the very end here. Runners needing an extra gold block. And Ninjabrain
is going to the top side to get enough string, maybe? Only has 25 from what I can see. Maybe already crafted some... No, that's only 25. Anchors potentially being very necessary for this cycle.
Is he low on string too? Oh, these trades are abysmal. Yeah, it's going to be 2 beds, 2 anchors. Wow, Ninjabrain letting the piglins trade while he's...
Oh, Maljack.
No, Maljack.
Buddy old guy, not like this. I think his stuff's salvageable. He was close to an edge to the point where some of it may have gone horribly wrong, but you hate to see it.
Wow. Yeah, Perling on low health there. He should have had enough suspicious stews maybe to be at full health. Perling, I think just going a little bit too quick. Oh, soul speed. Oh, if he had soul speed Perling around, it's so hard.
Yeah, I don't think he intended to hit the roof.
Yeah, when your FOV is impossible to see anything. Perling to his death. Ninjabrain waiting for the last couple pearls here. He does have his 20 pearls. He only has 26 string. And the trades on this one are really annoying.
Yeah. Can't quite tell if there's enough in the enough anchors. I'm assuming that there is. You can pillar anchors on top of each other, right?
Yeah, you can actually do a 4 anchor and fight on the dragon, so you just have to practice it a little bit, know the timing, but it is very doable to do 4 anchors.
Alright, Maljack picking up the remains of his corpse. Doesn't look like... let me see if I can pinpoint anything that he's particularly missing, because he's still definitely looking around for stuff.
Does have pearls, tools, some blocks. Does he have any fire res? He's got 1 fire res.
He has string, he has a boat.
Does he have enough for
potentially
anchors?
Crying? Yeah.
Just the glowstone. He
The
needed
glowstone.
that. Okay.
There we go. And he's off. Yeah. Glowstone, probably one of the... Not the worst thing to have lost. Obviously, much more replenishable than some of the trade-only access items.
Okay, so Maljack taking a death, but having the faster rune portal entry, so he is catching up here. I think blaze rods are pretty nice on this one. Would be unfortunate if they were all really bad. So I think Maljack's 1 fire res should be enough for this. And is the scouter travel really good on this one? Yeah, it is. Scouter travel is very good on this one, so they should be going pretty quick now.
Ninjabrain.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh, Ninjabrain.
Noises.
Noises. It'll be okay.
Stressed noises.
I think he went 5 RD for strays a little bit here, but got very beat up, and now he's back at his spawner. He has crafted some respawn anchors. How many does he have? 2?
3.
3? Okay. 3 anchor, 2 bed. Awkward, but very doable when it's practiced.
I think anchor's definitely coming a lot more naturally than people give them credit for. Just click when dragon head over anchor, yes?
Pretty much, yeah. You do have to trigger it a bit earlier than, maybe 1 or 2 ticks earlier than you would think. Is what I think. Yeah, Ninjabrain making his exit right here next to the fortress. Maljack not too far behind. Let's see. Ninjabrain does not get it. He's on a tree. He's very high up. So just gonna have to figure out where it is and dig down.
Yeah, opting to do the portal at the tops of the fortress. Not usually what we see, but I'm not quite sure why he made that decision. Was gonna have to dig down in one of these locations, opting to do it in the overworld instead of the Nether.
Maljack, 1 more minute of fire resistance remaining, and that's it for him. He is on 5 rods, and that's number 6. He will be exiting. I don't know if he needs to get into lava in order to exit for his exit, or if he's just going to do the same as Ninjabrain. Ninjabrain, staring in his inventory, he's not in the portal room quite yet.
3 diamonds in a chest. Worth noting, for no reason, and that's actually useful, just because it's cool.
Oh no, Ninjabrain, tell me you have the cords. I think Ninjabrain was
scout and route stronghold now.
Is that it? I think he was banking on hitting the same portal he did in the scouting phase, but exiting the Nether depends on your exact decimal places on each of your coordinates. It also depends on the direction you're facing. If you're trying to wedge in a portal that needs to go east-west in the end portal room, and you are facing east, it's going to go the wrong way, and so it's going to push you upwards to the next available spot. So Ninjabrain
has also committed one of your cardinal sins of not noting down the coordinates of the portal room.
I think, yeah, maybe the overworld and the barters taking too much time away from Ninjabrain's scouting. This seed being a little bit more difficult. Maybe he just ran out of time in terms of the scouting phase. He's just got to do nav, and Maljack's in with a death! Does he have enough to do this cycle? Did he lose any items?
Well, he's good on food. He has
6 wool, but he has 5 plates! He has 5 plates! Maljack, no! Does he have any anchors? 2 anchor, 2 bed, maybe? He's got to go set up.
No, because he can do the boat thing. Do the boat thing.
He can do the boat thing. Maljack, you have to put the boat 12 to 13 blocks above the ground and then break the block it's on. Does he know the boat tech? Oh,
Come on. I want to see this again now that I'm actually looking for it.
he can do. He
can
has three
theoretically
anchors. No,
free
he
anchor
has
one bed.
3 anchor 1 bed. He can do this. 3 anchor 1 bed, axe or sword. He can do this. It's not going to be easy. I would have
Plenty of
put
time to do.
the other anchor a little
both
lower,
thing.
but that is okay. That is technically doable.
Ninjabrain still making its way right through the stronghold.
Oh no. Are we going to see seed 3? Is Maljack going to clutch up after making a major mistake in both seeds? 3 anchor,
Hey,
1
border
bed.
room for Ninjabrain.
Ninjabrain's in. He's finally in.
Maljack, almost 45 minutes on his timer. Gonna be potentially closing this seed out.
Ninjabrain doing
Yeah.
his setup. He's going to do also 3 anchor, but I believe he has 2 beds. If he has enough wood. He does. That's a 3 anchor 2 bed for Ninjabrain.
At this point, it's just a perch race.
Oh, okay. Ninjabrain going to the center, but it's not perching. It's perching
Maljack's
for
late.
Maljack. He's a bit late here. He's on the wrong side. Oh, no, he can't trigger the anchor. The dragon was too low. He still has a shot. He needs to either get out of this and have the dragon chase him or hit 50 damage on the dragon. It'll fly away. He can reset. He hasn't used up any beds. Ninjabrain could still mess up this 3 anchor 2 bed. Maljack needs to reset this. He's not out of it yet.
Jack has now put the ball into Ninjabrain's court. Technically, it is essentially equivalent for them to be for either of their dragons to perch, but let's pretend that Ninjabrain's is more likely to happen first.
Yeah, I mean, statistically it will, but at this point, we are waiting. Does Maljack get gifted the grace of a second perch before Ninjabrain gets one? Ninjabrain only can stand so far back. He's not bridging out more into the void. He's just standing here. He's still pretty far back, though. Oh,
Maljack
God.
running in with the dragon, getting
Oh,
baited.
Neither
The
runner...
sub 45.
Dude, bow and arrow would have
Gonna
been
be questioned.
very handy when you're very low on materials like beds and anchors here. Much more comfortable when you take out all the crystals, because even if you mess up 2 beds after the crystals have been taken down, it's still actually a pretty decent end fight. So Ninjabrain probably not getting that many chests, so maybe not even having the option to. Maljack definitely could have had bow and arrow right now, though.
Yeah, Ninjabrain running in with the dragon. It's strafing. I'm getting baited by the runners getting baited.
We got 2 minutes to finish the run for both runners.
It is going to go over 45 on Maljack's side. Literally no actual meaning to that, just arbitrarily funny.
Oh, Ninjabrain is so fed up with Dragon Perch RNG. This happens to Ninjabrain every single time. The dragon always sees Ninjabrain not having bow and arrows, and so it purposefully trolls him. It makes sure it never perches for Ninjabrain. 1.5 minutes left for the runners to finish this run.
Essentially, that one FOV being what was dissuading
Maljack
the dragon. Maljack perch.
Purling in. He's getting a second chance. He does it the first anchor this time. Oh, the second's late. Oh, he can't hit the
Oh,
other
no.
anchor.
It's over anyway.
No shot, dude. He
He is
had
not-
it. Oh,
Alright,
he had
this is
it.
all on Ninjabrain. He has a minute for
How?
the dragon to perch. At the very least, if it doesn't, he gets an advantage in deathmatch
Does
by
get a
being
1
in the
minute.
end.
Yeah, he does get a 1 minute advantage if Ninjabrain's dragon does not perch at the very least. Which 1 minute should give him really good odds of winning this sudden death. So even if the dragon doesn't perch here, 30 seconds to win it. I think Ninjabrain's been in the end for literally 5 minutes now.
You do actually have to feel bad for him at this point, regardless of your view on perch RNG. This sucks.
No, I don't feel bad at all. This is deserved.
All right. Well, he literally can't finish now.
Yep.
In the amount of time left,
That
so we're
is
going
it.
to deathmatch.
I'm calling it back in. All right, welcome back to the booth runners. That is the 20-minute mark. Neither of you have finished. What a ridiculous match. Oh, of course, Ninjabrain's Dragon Purchase. Of course, Ninjabrain's been waiting in the end for 5 minutes, and now it hits it as soon as it's 20 minutes. Let's see if Ninjabrain could do this, but we are going to sudden death. Of course. Well, that's really unfortunate. We are going to have to go to sudden death. Ninjabrain will have an entire minute of a head start, though. Maljack taking a death and then getting a perch first, but not able to. I think it was 3 anchor 1 bed.
Yeah, for some reason it wouldn't let me click the top anchor.
Yeah, I was like wondering if it didn't have glowstone in it, but it just like wouldn't let you.
No, it had close, but I think it was just whatever the dragon's height was blocking it from
Yeah.
me sort of taking it to go off. So
Yeah.
it sucked.
Higher ones. Yeah, Ninjabrain gets head start. So Ninjabrain was in the end for, I think, waiting for 5 minutes. I mean, I do. We were feeling pretty bad.
That's pretty rough.
Sometimes you can get bow and arrow, but even if not, I mean, it was bridge, so I don't even know if you could have, but unfortunate. So I'm just gonna send you guys the end world files right now. We'll stay on stream here and we'll do this one. How'd you guys feel about that seed? I thought it was going to be pretty good, and then I saw the barters.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting seed, other than the string. A little
Yeah,
bit rough of me.
the borders were horrible.
Yeah.
I was initially gonna do housing, but then I saw that you didn't get enough with 12 gold blocks even. Like maybe, okay, you got 3 anchor 1 bed, I guess, but still.
It's definitely
Yeah.
not comfortable.
Yeah, I guess I checked bridge as the intended bastion with 16 gold blocks. At the end of it, it looked okay, but I think literally all of the pearls and string with the very, very end of the 16 gold, so.
Yeah, that's why I went bridge.
Yeah.
And also, it was embarrassing to miss the scouted travel, because I last minute I looked at another bastion because I knew the barters were going to be slow, so I was thinking about task overlapping trades, so return to the bridge and then go to another stronghold. But when I scouted the second stronghold, I override my first scouted travel cords. So yeah, so I messed that up.
Do we load into the world
Yeah, you can
and just sort of
go into the world, search your inventory, and then let me know when you're good to go.
Gotcha.
And actually, Maljack on that one, again, scouting on a faster nether entry, there was a completable ruined portal, like pretty close to spawn underground that we didn't see, so that was a really good find. That's pretty solid, give you a little bit of an edge, but yeah.
Wags, would you like, whilst they are setting up their inventories, just quickly explain for chat why Ninjabrain has a head start and what the rules are for deathmatch?
Yeah, so if neither runner can finish the run in 20 minutes, we go to sudden death. They get the same set of items here with the same end world with 5 beds. They have bow and arrow if they want to use it, some pearls. Whoever kills the dragon first wins. If a runner is continuously waiting for a perch up until the end of the 20-minute mark, they get a head start up to 1 minute maximum. So Ninjabrain was waiting for quite a while, so he will have the full 1 minute head start. Okay, are both of you guys ready to go?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, this is a countdown for Ninjabrain first. So Ninjabrain, you can enter in 3, 2, 1, go.
suffering from the same problem that we had when it was Pete versus Corbanos. Cannot give away too much of what Ninjabrain's doing, which is currently nothing due to stream delay, but
Yeah, about 10 seconds. Yeah, we'll just hang out and talk with Maljack here for a bit.
Yeah, that's true. You guys can't actually commentate what he's doing because it would give me info. Even though, to be honest, I think I might be able to hazard a guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know what someone might do with a minute advantage.
Well, last time I had this with Pete versus Corb, only the information that Corb was trying to kill the dragon was enough for Pete to take the death match and ended up knocking out Corb. So I think
was it a full minute up as well?
No, 30 seconds that time.
That's interesting though. Damn.
All right, Maljack, you can go in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck. Okay.
How are you basing that off
he
of?
gets perch. Ninjabrain gets almost an instant perch. Using bow and arrows, increasing his odds. Very nice to see. Low damage on the beds. I hope he can get it here. He does get it, okay.
Instantly bring Maljack back.
That's a 2-0. Ninjabrain is going to move on. Unfortunately, Maljack just had a few too many mistakes this time. He's going to be knocked out of ESI. Let's bring it back here. All right, welcome back to the booth. Ninjabrain did get a pretty quick perch there. So unfortunately, Maljack won't even get the chance. But fair is fair. Ninjabrain did have to wait for 5 minutes and did hit the 3 anchor 2 bet on the last seed. So he does take this one in sudden death.
Yeah, no, definitely GG's. Definitely deserved.
Yeah, good game.
Yeah, Maljack with some really good scouting and some really cool plays, but a couple mistakes, and that's it. So we will unfortunately, 07s in chat, be saying goodbye to Maljack. It was a pleasure watching you play in ESI, Maljack.
Yeah, no, super fun, Tony. Thanks as well for all the time spent organizing and all the great commentators that have been in all the matches and the matches to come. So it was a pleasure. Really enjoyed it. Thanks so much.
And yeah, Ninjabrain will be moving on to face D-Max, and Ninjabrain said he has some time, and D-Max is on a very tight schedule, so we will be playing this match right away. We will be back in 15 minutes for Ninjabrain versus D-Max. So yeah, GG's to Ninjabrain, and thank you for commentating, Ben. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
So we'll be right back, chat. We'll go to a quick intermission. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. I'll see you then.